What's up, guys? It's Dallas here. Welcome back to another episode of our Juice World Goodbye and Good Riddance pixel art tutorial. If you guys are new to the channel, welcome, and hopefully you can join me for some more pixel art tutorial videos. So let's go ahead and hop right into it. We are going to start to the right of the cyan terracotta down here. We are going to place us gray concrete to the right of it, going to right 5. Okay, and then to right that gray concrete, we're gonna place us gray terracotta, going to right 2. Okay, and then underneath that left gray concrete, we are gonna place us diorite. To right the diorite, we're gonna place us stone. To right the stone, we'll place us mossy cobblestone. To right the mossy cobblestone, we'll place us cyan terracotta, going to right 2. Underneath the left cyan terracotta, we'll place us underneath the left cyan terracotta, we'll place us white wool. To right of the cyan terracotta, we'll place us coal ore. Under coal ore, we'll place us snow blocks to right 2. On to right of the coal ore, we'll place us light gray concrete powder, going one to right of the coal ore. And then to right of the gray terracotta up top, we're gonna place us gray concrete. Underneath the gray concrete, we're gonna place us a birchwood log. Sorry, I'm freaking. Okay. Underneath the birchwood log, we'll place us snows. We're gonna place us snow, going to right 2. On top of the right snow block, we'll place us white concrete powder. On top of the white concrete powder, we'll place us cyan terracotta. Top of the cyan terracotta, we'll place us gray terracotta, going to left 2. On top of the right gray terracotta, we'll place us gray terracotta. And then we are gonna place us gray concrete on top of that gray terracotta. We'll place the gray concrete all the way up. In this left gap, I'm gonna go ahead and fill this all in with gray concrete. Including this one block gap right here to the left. Okay. From there, we're gonna go to the right of that cyan terracotta. We are gonna place us light gray wool. To right light gray wool. Well, actually, let's go on top of it. We'll place this gray concrete, going up to right at the top gray concrete. We'll place this gray terracotta, and then underneath the gray terracotta, we are gonna place us gray wool. Under the gray wool, we're gonna place us a birchwood log. Under the birchwood log, we're gonna place us snow. And then underneath that snow, we'll place us white wool. To the right of that white wool, we're gonna place us snow, going to right 2. On top of that right snow, we'll place us white wool. Up top, we're gonna place to right of that gray wool, light gray wool. And then on top of that light gray wool, we'll place us gray concrete. To right the gray concrete, we're gonna place us mossy cobblestone. On top of mossy cobblestone, we'll place us gray concrete. Underneath the mossy cobblestone, we'll place a snow, going to right 2. Oops. On top of that right snow, we're gonna place us birchwood log. On top of the birchwood log, we'll place us gray concrete powder. To right the gray concrete powder, we're gonna place us polished diorite. On top of the polished diorite, we'll place us bedrock. To right the bedrock, we'll place us white concrete. On top of the white concrete, we'll place us coal ore. To right the coal ore, we'll place us quartz block. We're gonna go down to right at the polished diorite. We're gonna place us snow, going to right 2. To right the snow, we'll place this white wool to right 2. To right the white wool, we'll replace a snow block. To right a snow block, we'll place us white wool. To right that white wool, we'll place us a snow block. Okay, over here in this left gap, we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna fill all this in with gray concrete. Okay, and then we're gonna go over to right over here. We're gonna go on top of our white wool on the far right. We'll place us a snow block. On top of that snow block, we'll place us white concrete powder. We're then gonna place to right that white concrete powder, cyan terracotta. Underneath the cyan terracotta, we'll replace us birchwood log. To right the birchwood log, we'll place us bedrock. On top of the bedrock, we'll place us gray terracotta. On top of the gray terracotta, we'll place us a gray wool. To the left of the gray wool, we're gonna place us gray concrete going up 2. To the left of the bottom gray concrete, we'll place us light gray concrete powder. On top of that light gray concrete powder, we'll place us mossy stone bricks. To the left of the mossy stone bricks, we'll place us white wool. On top of the mossy stone bricks, we'll place us mossy cobblestone. Top of the mossy cobblestone, we're gonna place us cyan terracotta. To the left of the cyan terracotta, we'll place this white wool going up 4. To the left of the bottom white wool, we're gonna place a snow block. To the left, or on top of that snow block, we're gonna place us white wool. To the left of that snow block, we're gonna place us light gray wool. On top of light gray wool, we'll replace us gray concrete powder. On top of the gray concrete powder, we'll place this gray concrete going up 2. To right that bottom gray concrete, we'll place this iron block. On top of the iron block, we'll place us white concrete. On top of the white concrete, we'll place this iron block. On top of the iron block, we'll place us white wool. Sorry, we'll place us white concrete powder. On top of the white concrete powder, we'll place this a quartz block. On top of that quartz block, we'll place this white wool. And then to the right of that white wool, we'll replace a snow going all the way down. Okay, so I'm gonna go back down to the left over here. On top of the quartz block, we'll replace us polished diorite. On top of the polished diorite, we'll place us mossy cobblestone. On top of the polished on top of the mossy cobblestone, we'll replace us gray wool. To right of the gray wool, we'll replace us a birchwood log. Then we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna fill in this gap right in between here with snow. And then to right the white wool at the very top, we're gonna place us cyan terracotta. Underneath the cyan terracotta, we'll place us mossy cobblestone. Underneath the mossy stock cobblestone, we'll place us mossy stone bricks. Underneath the mossy stone bricks, actually, let's go all the way down to the sorry, my bad, guys. We're gonna break the mossy cobblestone and the mossy stone bricks. Underneath the cyan terracotta, we'll replace us a bedrock. So on top of the cyan terracotta, we'll place us mossy cobblestone on top of the cyan terracotta. On top of the On top of the mossy cobblestone, we'll place us andesite. On top of the andesite, we'll place us diorite. On top of diorite, we're gonna place this iron block. To right the iron block, we'll place us bedrock. Underneath the bedrock, we'll place us gray concrete. Underneath the gray concrete, we're gonna place us gray terracotta. Going all the way down, topping right to right at the mossy cobblestone. Or is it just all the way down? Either way. On top of your cyan terracotta, here at the bottom, we'll place us gray concrete powder. On top of the gray concrete powder, we'll place us bedrock. On top of the bedrock, we'll place a cyan terracotta. Top of the cyan terracotta, we'll place us mossy cobblestone. On top of the mossy cobblestone, we'll replace us alright, I'm bugging out, hold on. Okay, sorry. So we're gonna break bedrock on this. Dear gosh, hold on. I'm sorry, I gotta pause the song. I think it's the most distracting song it could have ever played. If y'all are familiar with Stan by Eminem, I was just like, I'm just trying to focus here. Okay, so let me lock back in. So on top of the mossy cobblestone, we're gonna place us we're gonna place us andesite. On top of the andesite, we'll place us diorite. I'm sorry about that again. On top of the diorite, we'll place us iron block. And then to right that iron block, we're gonna place us bedrock. Underneath the bedrock, we're gonna place us gray concrete. Okay. Oops. Of course, I somehow managed to place. Okay. We should be on track there. I'm sorry about that once again. This is so freaking distracting while I was trying to, I don't know. It's also early in the morning, so I'm very tired right now. Alright, so underneath the bedrock, we'll place us the iron block. To right the iron block, we'll place us coal ore. Underneath the coal ore, we'll place us white wool. On top of the coal ore, we'll place us black concrete powder. On top of the black concrete powder, we'll place us gray concrete. To right the gray concrete, we'll place us gray wool. Underneath the gray wool, we'll replace us gray concrete. Underneath the gray concrete, we'll place us gray wool. To right, or underneath that gray wool, we'll place us diorite. To right the diorite, we'll place us stone bricks. And I think I'm just gonna throw on something that I can listen to while doing this. There you go. Okay. On top of the stone bricks, we'll place us gray concrete, going up to. And then to right the bottom gray concrete, we'll place us gray terracotta. On top of that gray concrete, or on top of that gray terracotta, we'll place us gray concrete. To right the gray concrete, we'll place us gray terracotta. Underneath the right gray terracotta, we'll place this gray concrete going down to the left of the bottom gray concrete, we'll place this gray wool. Underneath that gray wool, we're gonna place us a quartz block. To right the quartz block, we'll place us diorite. To the right of the diorite, we'll place us mossy stone bricks. And then we're gonna place us to right the mossy stone bricks, gray concrete going up 2. And place us 1 gray concrete to left that top gray concrete. To right that gray concrete, we're gonna place this gray wool going to right 3. And underneath the left for gray wool, we'll place this gray wool. To right that bottom gray wool, we'll place us gray wool to right 2. Underneath the right gray wool, we're gonna place us iron block. Left the iron block, we'll place us white concrete. Left the white concrete, we'll place the iron block. To left the iron block, we'll place us a white wool. Okay. We'll place us to left of that iron block, or to right of the iron block, we'll place this white wool. On top of the white wool, we'll place a cyan terracotta. On top of the cyan terracotta, we'll place us a gray concrete. We'll place that gray concrete going up 3. To right at the bottom of gray concrete, we'll place us gray terracotta. Underneath the gray terracotta, we'll replace us light gray wool. To right the light gray wool, we're gonna place us polished dorite. To right the polished dorite, we'll place us white wool. On top of the white wool, we'll place us coal ore. Left the coal ore, we'll place us gray concrete. To right of the white wool at the bottom, we'll place us a snow block. Top of the snow block, we'll place us bedrock log, or sorry, a birch log. Brain just tripped out there. On top of the birch log, we'll place us gray wool. On top of the gray wool, we'll place us gray terracotta. And to right of the birchwood log, we'll place us a snow block. On top of that snow block, we'll place us light gray concrete powder. On top of the light gray concrete powder, we'll place us gray concrete. To right of the gray concrete, we're gonna place us light gray wool. To right of the light gray wool, we'll place us quartz block. On top of that quartz block, we'll place us andesite. To right the quartz block, we'll place a snow block. On top of the snow block, we'll place us white concrete powder. On top of the white concrete powder, we'll place us light gray concrete powder. On top of the light gray concrete powder, we'll place us white wool. White wool? No, we're gonna place this gray wool. My bad. To right of the gray wool, we're gonna place us white concrete. On top of the white concrete, we're gonna place us andesite. We're gonna place to the left of that andesite gray concrete going to left 3. To the left of that gray concrete, we'll place us gray wool going to left 2. And then we're gonna place us underneath, underneath both the gray wool going down 1 underneath both. Underneath that left gray wool, we're placing this gray concrete going all the way down. And then we're filling this right gap with gray concrete. To the right, or to the left of that top gray concrete, we'll place this gray wool going to left 2. And then underneath that right gray wool, we'll place this gray wool going to left 4. And then we'll replace underneath the left gray wool going back to right 2. Underneath that, we're gonna fill that all in with the gray concrete. And then to the left of the left gray wool at the bottom here, we'll place us gray concrete going to left 2. And to the left of that gray wool, or to the left gray concrete, we'll place this gray wool going to the left 3. On top of the middle and below it, we're gonna place this gray wool. Below, in this gap below, we're gonna fill this in with gray concrete. On top of the left gray concrete, we're gonna place, or on top of the left gray wool, we'll place this gray concrete. To the left of that gray concrete, place this gray wool going to the left 2. On top of that left gray wool, place this gray wool going to the left 2. To the left of that gray wool, we're gonna place us gray concrete going to the left 2. On top of the left gray concrete, we'll place this gray wool. To the left of that gray wool, we'll place this gray concrete. All below here, we're gonna, in these 3 gaps, we'll fill this all in with gray concrete. Okay, from there, we're gonna go back over here to our right, to the right of our andesite. We are gonna place us, let's place on top of it first, cyan terracotta. To the left of the cyan terracotta, we'll place us gray terracotta. To the right of the cyan terracotta, we'll place this iron block. To the right of the iron block, we'll place us snow. To the right 2. To the right of the snow, we're gonna place us clay block. On top of the clay block, we'll place us light gray concrete powder. On top of light gray concrete powder, we'll place us clay block. On top of the clay block, we'll place us birchwood log. Underneath the birchwood log, we'll place us iron block. On top of the iron block, we'll place us quartz block. Underneath the clay block at the very bottom, we'll place us dorite. Underneath the dorite, we'll place us quartz, or we'll place us iron block. Underneath the iron block, we'll place us snow going down 2. To the left of that bottom snow block, we'll place us white wool going down 2. And then to the right of that bottom snow block, we'll place us quartz block. On top of the quartz block, we'll place us light gray wool. On top of that light gray wool, we'll place us gray concrete powder. And then to the right of that gray concrete powder, we'll place this gray terracotta going down 2. Underneath that gray terracotta, we'll replace us coal ore. Underneath the coal ore, we'll place us white concrete. Okay, I think, well, and then to the right of the white concrete, we'll place us coal ore. Okay, and I think that's a good stopping point right there. So in the next video, we're just going to continue like how we've been doing. Just make our way over to the right, and then we'll go back and just work our way up. I want to thank you all for watching. Hopefully you have enjoyed this video. If you have, hopefully enjoy me again next one. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.